Hundreds of college educators banding together against woke math curriculum, which they claim will put American kids at a huge disadvantage. Joining me now, Dr. Carol Swain, a former professor at Princeton and Vanderbilt. Dr. Carol Swain, great to see you as always. Here is a quote from that letter. Such frameworks aim to reduce achievement gaps by limiting the availability of advanced mathematical courses to middle schoolers and beginning high schoolers. While such reforms superficially seem, quote unquote, successful at reducing disparities at the high school level, they're merely kicking the can to college. How vital is it, Dr. Swain, that these professors are now speaking out about this?
I mean, it is a sign of progress because these are science, technology, engineering, and medicine professors that are saying we have a problem here. And as of yesterday, over 1,100 professors from across the country had signed that letter. And they are pointing out that this woke mathematics that doesn't require accurate answers is not helping our students. They're graduating from high school, not prepared for college math. They have to take remedial math, and it either dooms them to failure or it makes it much more difficult for them to be successful.
It's insane to limit the learning of children to sort of bring everybody to this equal plane. It makes no sense. Do the people that push this woke math where there aren't right answers not understand the damage that something like that does to our ability to compete with the world? China, for instance?
They don't care, and it's based on the belief that minority students cannot do math and that it creates disparities if you require them to have right answers. And so it's not only the kids that are trying to go to college, it will affect every school child when you tell them that there are no right or wrong answers to math. And I'd like to point out that the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation funded some of this equitable math research that's found its way into curriculums, mostly in California, but also in other woke states. And it's up to us to stand up, just like those university professors, and you know, probably 90% of them are liberals. They are pushing back. And so when they are pushing back, it tells us that people have united across partisan lines. Right. You know, this is not a Republican issue. This is an American issue, and our children are falling behind the children from other countries. We are behind other nations. And that should concern all of us.
Absolutely. It's crazy that Gates would do that because, let's face it, computers are pretty binary. There's right and wrong answers. That's how you build code. Meantime, the LA Unified School District fires nearly 500 employees over vaccine mandates as 34,000 students miss the district's deadline. Taken together, Dr. Swain, doesn't this just mean kids are going to fall further and further behind?
Of course it does. And I can tell you that that school district has over 1,000 vacancies at the time that they're laying off 500 workers. They have a shortage of qualified teachers. What they're doing makes as much sense as pouring buckets of water in a sinking boat and hoping that somehow that's going to fix the problem. It doesn't make sense.
Why do some of these so-called educators, though, forget that their only task, literally, is to educate kids? That's it. That's why you're there.
I mean, with the teachers' unions and so much of the progressivism that's taken over education, it's about pushing a political agenda rooted in critical race theory, that's rooted in Marxism. And at the end of the day, I believe it's about tearing down America. It's not about educating our children. It's not about giving opportunities to racial and ethnic minorities. At the end of the day, it's about bringing down America. What better way than concentrate on its children?
It is sad. It is horrible. Dr. Carol Swain, we appreciate you shedding light on it for us this morning. Thank you so much. Carly.